Two guys, one movie, Scared Stupid.
In 3D.
This is Steve Arviso.
And Charles Musick.
And we're back with another edition of Two Guys, One Movie, the countdown to Halloween of 2014.
Now, today we're doing a movie that's not technically a horror film, but it does embrace the Halloween spirit.
Let's just cut to the chase here. It is a horror film for children.
There you go.
Yeah. It is very much a horror film for children.
And, a special day that we're doing this on October 11th, which is actually the day it came out in theaters.
In 1991, 13 years ago.
23 years ago.
23? Oh, shit, that's right.
Yeah, that's how old we are.
Oh, good God.
Yes. But, of course, we're talking about Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yes.
Jim Varney's fifth Ernest movie.
And finest.
So, I have other friends that totally agree with you. And I'm not one of those people. As much as I love Ernest.
Ernest has a childish charm to him, and it works perfectly in this film.
Either you love Ernest movies or you don't love them. It's not like you can really... you're not going to hate, all of them and then love one. You're either going to like them all, You'll have favorites, of course.
They're pretty much the same movie, that's why.
It's if you like his type of humor.
Yeah.
He does it in every movie.
It's a very interesting thing in the way that it is Jim Varney, right? Jim
Varney.
That's right, Jim Varney.
Hey, Vern.
Hey, Vern. He came up with this character, on the spot, didn't he? He came up with the Ernest character just kind of like...
I thought it was something he did, on stage or something like that, one group he was with or something, and then people liked it, and he actually ran with it, and it's all his character. He came up with it all on his own.
That's why he uses it.
And
he used it in just
he
about
realized how
everything he did.
popular it was, so he started bringing it out more and more, because he was a character actor. If you notice his every Ernest film, he switches characters constantly, to the old lady, to either a war veteran or, something like that. And
for those who are a little too young to remember, he was also the original voice of Slinky the dog in the first two Toy Story films.
Yes. And, if you are too young as well, you probably might not remember Beverly Hillbillies the movie, where he actually plays Jed Clampett.
And he does it very well, too.
Yes. Oh, he does an amazing job.
Well, a lot of people didn't like that movie. We're getting a lot off topic here, but, as far as Jim Varney's, ability to be a comedic actor, he's incredibly talented, or was incredibly talented, I should say. And
he followed the Carney Code.
He did. He followed the Carney Code.
Yes.
No, but a lot of people hated the Beverly Hillbillies film, but he gave a great performance of Jed Clampett. He brought Buddy Ebsen's character back to life after some 30 years after it being off the air. None of the other actors sadly didn't get the attention or the.
And it was interesting to see him in a different role like that.
Oh yeah.
But without a doubt, he's always going to be Ernest to millions and millions of people.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately he passed away, but, he left so many great Ernest films, for us to go back and watch and enjoy. And actually, John R. Cherry III directed this film, and he directed almost all the Ernest films.
It looks like he actually did all of them.
Especially all the good ones, at least. Hey Vern, Ernest Goes to Camp, Saves Christmas, Goes to Jail, Rides Again.
Good Lord, he actually did something called Son of Ernest Auditions.
I didn't see that, no. That actually was in 2013.
Yeah, last year. But yeah, you're talking about he did a lot of movies that a lot of people remember and are fond of, and that's why we picked Ernest Scared Stupid, because, as much as Charles might not say it's his favorite, he still enjoys the film for what it is. It's still an Ernest film.
I still like, it
has its charms.
I don't think there's enough Ernest in it almost, because he's in it, but it has a lot of focus on the trolls.
It has a lot of focus on the children.
And the children as well, who are a lot of one-time actors, they weren't really in a lot of things here. But,
I wonder why.
I did recognize one name instantly in the credits, which I love the credits, by the way, and the music in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the opening scene with all the old school movies and Ernest doing, the spooky walk and stuff. It's a classic. But, Eartha Kitt, as soon as I saw her name, I didn't instantly pick up on the movie she was in, I know I had heard her name before.
Charles is not a big fan of Batman, the Adam West series, so the fact that...
I was thinking she was Catwoman, but of course I'm wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah.
But, I did know, as soon as I saw that she was in Emperor's New Groove, Yzma, she does a lot of voice acting, of course, before she passed away as well. But how could you forget her in Ernest Scared Stupid? I mean, she played the crazy lady so perfectly.
And in this movie, she does the same thing. She plays the role of Old Lady Hackmore.
And she does it the crazy lady, she does it so perfectly. But she is like a descendant of, the people that lived in this town, and she has seen the troll before. Because she still has, like, statues of, like, her sister and brother when he would turn into wood pieces and stuff.
And for those who don't know, this actually was shot in the South. Apparently, all the original Ernest films were shot in Nashville, Tennessee. So it's supposed to take place in the South, and they've got this old, more mystical side in the culture a bit. Now, it's not exactly Louisiana and New Orleans or anything like that, but she's a witch or some sort like that, isn't she?
She's not a witch. They think she's a witch, but she's just, as I said, she remembers the olden times, and she, or when the troll was around, and she kind of has all these things at her house.
There's a bit of magic to her, isn't there?
She knows how to get rid of the troll, or she at least helps figure out how to get rid of the troll.
Yeah.
It's not Miak, by the way. Yes, no.
We'll go ahead and leave that to people who haven't seen this film or take it as a suggestion and let them figure out exactly what we mean by Miak.
When I was watching it, as I said, I don't watch this one a lot, as much as I watch, of course, like Goes to Jail or Saves Christmas. But, the opening scene when they're, capturing the troll and putting him in this tomb that they're putting him in. Ernest is the guy reading the thing,
Yeah.
And of course I would have picked up on it probably because they say the descendants, is what can free the troll. But him reading it as, banishing the troll and just playing the old man with the beard. I love Ernest doing these characters. And in this one, he does it quite a bit. He switches, to the army guy when they're fighting the trolls, to the old lady, to like the Teddy Roosevelt kind of character.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I think one of my favorite things about this whole film, and there's a lot of things I really enjoy about it, it's still a cute, fun kids film, is the treehouse. Growing up, I always wanted a treehouse like they did.
It's a nice treehouse.
It's an incredible treehouse.
I will admit, if I was walking through the woods and I saw a tree like that, probably wouldn't want to build on it. It just looked creepy.
Oh, man.
But I had a treehouse as a kid. I mean, it wasn't a big treehouse, but it was enough,
But I mean, they had a fortress up there. That was an incredible thing. But that's something that always stuck with me. Here's to hoping my kids will have something like that. I can pay for the medical bills when they fall out of it inevitably.
No. Another little thing I thought, granted it's a kid's horror film, so it's gonna have some cheesy stuff, was the clown, or not the clowns, the other trolls.
Yeah.
That looked very clown-esque.
Yeah.
It turns out they were made by...
The special effects in this film was done by the same gentleman who did the special effects in Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which I will reveal right now is not on this list, so we can go ahead and talk about that a bit if you remember any of it.
No, actually, not very much. As much as I like the Joker and stuff, I'm not too keen on clowns that are gonna kill me, At least not from outer space or anything like that.
It's a very cheesy film. It's from the 80s. I believe they did one or two
I remember them
sequels.
marching through the streets, I think.
Yeah. I believe they reused some of the sets from the 80s remake of The Blob. But yeah, the special effects, they're very rubbery looking clowns, very rubbery looking
And
things.
they looked creepy.
Oh yeah, creepy designs.
These trolls, and as I said, I called them clowns, they resemble very similar, or, they're very close to looking like some of the clowns.
And that can be attributed to the fact that the same guy designed and produced it, so it is what it is.
But I thought the other trolls did look a lot... They looked more like costumes than the guy in the main troll costume.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool, to see him just run around charging, straight ahead to Ernest, and they kept going, like, head to head.
To be fair, I mean, it is a low-budget film. It's an Ernest film. These movies had no budget to them. So, considering this is probably the most special effects heavy Ernest film, I
would agree. Yeah, I would say that.
it was probably stretching their budget to get that many trolls in the first place. They're like, you know what? We can't just have the one troll. We'll go ahead and throw in a few more. Can you just throw something together? And of course, they have to have the boss has to look the most fearsome. The most dangerous troll has to look the most fearsome. So.
Well, then he actually transforms too at the end, where he's like growing horns and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Although the snot on the nose really was just not helping him look ferocious at all.
You gotta admit though, at least the troll in this film looked a lot more menacing than the troll in Troll.
I was thinking about that while I was watching it. It's like, this one actually looks pretty cool. The other one, yeah, and Troll does look really, but...
of course, the ones of 2 are just not Trolls at all.
Yeah. But I mean,
We could have gone Troll 2 in this, Charles.
It may not be my most favorite Ernest film, but it definitely is part of the series of Ernest films, and, a lot of people, as I said, do appreciate this one more than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Definitely heavily, special effects, but overall it's still an Ernest movie and I still enjoy watching it.
And given the type of film that it is, this is the first in our list to actually be something that the older crowd out there could go ahead and watch with their children.
Oh, easy, yeah.
Very easily. This is exactly that kind of movie that you're supposed to. It's an Ernest film. So, it's the first thing on our list, and it might be one of the only ones on our list that is very, family-friendly, family-oriented, unless you're a lot like my family and we're allowing your children to, watch the worst of the worst since a young age.
Brain Scan when I was 10.
I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street at the age of 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit, yeah. But it is what it is.
That's a bit young, but, But yeah, Ernest Scared Stupid is definitely a family film. You could sit around and have, the youngins watch it, get some popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's gonna gross you out to the point of where you can't eat or anything like that.
Unless you have a thing for snot.
Well, or milk.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh. What could we be talking about?
Yes.
But no, this is going to be our pick this is our first family pick, and that's Ernest Scared Stupid. See Jim Barney at his finest.
23 years.
23 years. We are old.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Yes, well, a little bit of your childhood just died. And that's going to do it for this edition of Two Guys, One Movie, Scared Stupid. This is Steve Arviso and...
Charles Musick. And Vern.
And Vern. Hey, Vern.
Thanks for listening.